with us, dude. Nah, you good. So, yeah, it's a distraction. Whatever.
Yeah. With that said, I want to segue into one of the topics that I was talking to Daryl about, and we were talking about Slutty Vegan filing for
Mhm.
bankruptcy. And in
Think,
that,
think he's a Delta. Yep, he's a
yeah.
Delta.
Oh, and I know something was I was like, her ass on housewives. That's kind of, and I know she's become more of a spokesperson. We have the issues that are happening with Uncle Nearest, and I wanted to kind of briefly discuss
Fine. We was a Delta too.
Yes, I said.
okay, stop saying where people come from, because if people gonna say what's going on with the Deltas, okay. Okay, and so in her declaring bankruptcy, I wanted to talk a little bit about, let me pull it up because Cornelia sent it to me. And I want to segue it to when we talk about the difference between blackness, because you also mentioned like we talk about equity and lack thereof, and things that are accessible to us versus not being accessible. And for some reason his stuff is not loading. Here we go. So it says that Slutty Vegan, founded by, Aisha Pinky Cole, has officially filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, citing $1.4 million in debt, according to court documents. Reports show that the company owes about $1.2 million to the U.S. Small Business Administration and nearly $192,000 to the Georgia Department of Revenue. On top of that, a landlord previously filed a lawsuit claiming more than $87,000 in unpaid rent, late fees, and interest for 2 Edgewood Avenue locations. Slutty Vegan first popped up as a food truck back in 2018 and quickly expanded to 14 locations at its peak. While several of those spots have since closed, the brand had a major impact on Atlanta's food scene. What's interesting is that the bankruptcy filing comes as Pinky prepares to step into a new spotlight with her upcoming reality debut on Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Oh, that's right. She is gonna be on the season of Atlanta.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's gonna be on the Real Housewives. And I think sometimes what happens is, like, and as Daryl and I spoke about this offline, is like the financial backing that we often don't see as Black businesses, small businesses, and the small businesses are across the board are taking hits just because of the current administration. A lot of funding, a lot of things internationally, tariffs and all this stuff are really taking a toll on us. And so it brings me back to the concept that you spoke about with your parents patronizing Black business. And I think when it comes to Black business, we don't have the opportunity to be able to make mistakes like regular businesses. And when it comes to Pinky, what happened is she's trying to meet the demand of what was happening. And so it happened so quickly where they probably needed to take a step back. Okay, we just need to you're gonna have to wait in line 2 hours for this burger, but it's gonna be worth your while, as opposed to expanding and opening multiple locations, versus maybe finding a spot that might just be a bigger location overall. And I know she did like many pop-ups nationwide, so I can just imagine how costly that was. And we all know the restaurant business is not an easy business. So for her to have all of this for 14 years, I look at it like, hey, like,
It's been 14 years, Slutty V?
yeah, that's what it said. It said 2008.
Okay.
That's a good run.
Yes, that's a really good run. And so more so recently, like when we think about Black brands and us not having certain omni channels on operational side that help push us forward, there's multiple Black businesses that have closed recently, like Amico, more so recently, this lovely clothing line that I love called Hanifa, and she's also been in business for about 14 years as well. And so she's taking a pause because recently, because of she went from creating everything in-house to outsourcing, and everything, shipping delays on her inventory and all of that costs, like shipping delays to her delivery delays cause shipping delays to her customers. And, you know, there had been a lot of conversation online surrounding that and her business and how she was running business. And so, and on top of just having a baby, so you have postpartum on top of that. So she's stepping away. But I wanted to speak to something, and then we can have the discussion that I saw on Instagram. And it was like, I read Hanifa's letter about Hanifa, and I haven't been able to stop thinking about it. Not because of the delayed orders, not because of the backlash, because of what she said underneath it all. Is it worth it? And that question haunts every Black woman who has ever tried to build something from nothing. Only 3% of Black women businesses survive past 5 years. 3%. Half of all small businesses in the U.S. don't make it to year 5. But for Black women, the odds are catastrophic. And it's not because we lack the vision, not because we lack talent, but because the system was never built for us to catch us when we fall. No trust funds, no generational wealth to lean on, no safety nets. And most of us are funding our businesses with our own savings and figuring it out as we go. Y'all have the floor.
Yeah, I think one of the things is there is a lack of awareness in the community. I'll go back, you know, I grew up in a small town, Topeka, Kansas, right?
Okay.
And I remember specifically my parents reading the newspaper every morning, and they would go to the section where when you filed bankruptcy, it would be put in the newspaper, right? Because they had to notify your creditors, whatever. So it was like, you know how people listen to like the police scanner.
Yeah.
Police blotter. We do that on campus, right? Who got arrested? You know what I'm saying? You read the police blotter. People read that. Oh man, such and such filed bankruptcy, and there was a idea of shame that went with that. But when you really do the knowledge, other folks do that all the time. It's a business tool. It's a restructuring of debt, and they do it with no shame at all. You could be the president of the United States, have 60 plus felons, and file bankruptcy multiple times in your businesses, and still be the president of the United States. So I think our idea of bankruptcy and how hard it is to be in business needs to change. There is no shame to that. And then you couple that with the lack of capital that we have. You spoke about it. We're funding this with our out of our own savings. And there's lessons that you learn in business. Sometimes you take an L. I've done different business ventures, and sometimes you take an L. And sometimes it can be costly, right? Certain companies can say, you know what, we got enough money to throw at this to make it go away. But if you already don't have the money to do that, if money is tight and you just can't make it go away to make it go away. And I've always had a problem with people who go on social media and blast Black-owned businesses. See, this is why I support Black-owned businesses. You try to support Black-owned, you don't say nothing to them Chinese folks when you go to the damn, you go to Changhua over there in U City, and they rude as shit to you just because you like that egg foo young, right? And that St. Paul sandwich. You never say nothing about that. But the
I like the Changhua on Lindo.
Hey, that Changhua over there in U City, that was my joint. See what I'm saying? But you never say anything, but you want to go out and you want to blast a Black-owned business. Sometimes it's be quiet.
Yeah.
And go to no more, but just be quiet. So I think we just really need to change our perception about business, increase our knowledge about business. And this is the second time that she's had to do a restructure. This ain't the first time. She grew really, really big, right? She grew really, really big. She had a location here in Dallas. I never went to, I don't really want no vegan food. So I never really checked it out, right? But I think she had like a location on Spelman's campus, I think.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, I remember the Spelman girls got upset about it. They were saying it was too high.
And the students was like, hey man, this shit's expensive. We can't afford it. You know what I'm saying? They give us a regular cheeseburger and some fries. Right? We're on the students' budget. So for me, I don't look at it with any shame. I wish her much success. She has an excellent personality. I think she'll be fine.
Yeah. There.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. I looked as Marv said. I looked at after I learned about what bankruptcy really is, maybe like 10, 15 years ago. Like I've totally, it don't mean nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? Like it says restructure, unless and like now the one I will talk about that it ain't bankrupt, but it feels like he's bankrupt. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm pocket watching. It's Floyd Mayweather.
I heard about that.
He's going back.
Hey, that's why Floyd got these 3 fights lined up this year. They say the money.
See, okay, so
the issue with Floyd.
That bankruptcy is different though, Marv. The one he's going through, that's his debt, like straight debt.
Is he actually filing bankruptcy though?
No. I'm joking. I'm saying if he filed bankruptcy, that one would be different. That's a personal bankruptcy, which is different than a business bankruptcy.
Yeah. Well, see, his issue is how much cash. Like he has a security guy carrying cash. So who you could go, I would assume that I'm gonna assume he has a bank account. Because you're not going somewhere cashing $1 million check at the check cashing place on the corner. So I would think that, but it's easy to just mismanage your money, consistently operating off of that, unless you are like literally down to the T and you keeping it on like a ledger of what is what. And Floyd likes to trick too. He is and that's not a bad thing. Hey, it ain't tricking if you got it. So I mean, technically, I guess he likes to buy lavish gifts a lot. I've had, back in the day, like he shopped with me multiple times, different groups of women each time. So I think it's just a matter of
telling all the business. Goddamn.
I mean, of mismanaging money on material things instead of probably investing. Wasn't Floyd also caught up in that thing with that one when we talked about that one documentary, Daryl with the Bitcoin?
Oh yeah, with the crypto bros. He got caught up in that,
and then they all had to they all got fined. Like it was like DJ Khaled, all of them got fined in that.
I think I don't know all of Floyd's business. I know Floyd is connected with the rules. Put another word in front of that, and who I'm talking. And it's hard for me to really say a lot. I mean, I know business, but I don't know the level of business that Floyd has, right?
Yeah.
Floyd is running, he's promoting, he's a promoter. There's a different pressure and stress that comes with being a Pinky, being a Floyd Mayweather, right? The problem with Floyd is that he acts like a Negro who ain't never had shit.
That's it. Yeah.
See what I'm saying? And because he acts like that, there's no sympathy.
Yeah.
And his other personality problems and other stuff that made people not like him, right? So whereas a Pinky is well liked, you look at Fawn Weaver with Uncle Nearest. She don't have the best personality, and they're going through financial problems right now, as they got a big following. So I mean, people, it's hard to say. I mean, I hope they all come out well, because we need all the Black wealth that we can get. We need as many people with resources that are committed to giving back to the community and helping the community as possible. We don't need to see any Black businesses go under, because that's this wealth that's leaving the community, right? But Floyd.
Call Floyd Mayweather a business though?
What'd you say?
Is Floyd Mayweather a business though?
He's a promoter.
That's all his fighters left him. You know that, right? Like he ain't got no fighters left for real no more.
I mean, he still has a promoter. He runs. He got boxing gyms that he runs.
Yeah.
He got boxing gyms. He's got a gym.
I mean, he be rolling with the rump guy. He's all about that. Like I just don't feel like
that's why everybody feels sorry for Floyd because of that. I always said greatest of all time is a boxer, yeah, but outside of that, that's Floyd.
Yeah. Okay.
You beating on women?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Your protege beating on women, Javante, he beating on women. Javante can't keep his hand off women.
No, and he's got multiples, like in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Just got through a couple weeks ago. He was jumping on some girl. So nobody feels sorry for them, man. No.
Yeah. Hey y'all, if y'all like what y'all see here on Everyone Needs an Aquarius, be sure to like, subscribe, and share our podcast with your friends, because we got all the tea. And if you want to check out more stuff from us, be sure to hit that button right there on the right side, so you can see other stuff and again share with everybody.